Yes.
Now, when you went back and looked at the video, was your defense still pretty good, almost just hit big shots, or was it not as good as it had been up to this point?
Well, I think the one thing we've been really good at is taking away the three-point line. So what I did was I focused on some of those threes. Some of them we were all over them and they made it, but there were 5 or 6 that our hands were down. So we're going to zero in on that. Threes and free throws. If that beats us, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And it can beat you because you can't guard a free throw. And if a team's a great three-point shooting team, you got to make them drive. And we didn't. But you got to give them credit. Every team we play is going to play like that. And we still won. So at my house last night, we showed the will to win and the fight they had. The only shot I showed that was a make was Andrews. The rest of them were misses that we grabbed and made another play from.
Why the Andrews shot is the exception?
Because it was a breaker for us. It got us to where we wanted to go, but we missed free throws. I didn't really show those. We had a chance to be up 8 or 10, and we just didn't. We missed free throws. But the other stuff was effort and energy, and that's what I wanted them to see.
John, does the way the game started make you reevaluate the platoons at all?
No, but what it makes me evaluate is should I have left them in longer? And I told my team that. But let's talk about that because we got some basketball bennies here that really know this game. But if I play that first group 6 or 7 minutes and I go to sub, what's your issue? I got to sub all 5. I can't sub 4. So now Derek or Dom have to be in that rotation. I told them that yesterday. If I leave these guys in because of that run, what am I going to leave a guy in for 10 straight minutes the way we're playing? You can't be in there that long. So that's the issue we have, and that's why I was trying to go 4. But you know what? Should have left those guys in longer.
You said after the Louisville game that you'd give Derek and Dom a chance in the break to show you they should.
And I said to my team, which of you want to give up some of your minutes? And none of them raised their hand. Which means that they have to take minutes, which means that they have to perform at a higher level that earns them minutes versus another guy, because no one wants to give up minutes. And I asked twice, come on now, let me ask this again. Does anybody want to give up their minutes? And no one raised their hand. So, and how can you ask a guy that's playing 22, 21, 19 minutes to go give up 3 or 4 more so we can get another guy minutes? It's not, this is not communism. That's not what this is. You got to earn it. The guys that earn the most minutes are going to play the most.
Now, where is Trey from the beginning to now in terms of guarding?
Didn't play as well last game.
What about in terms of guarding on the perimeter?
Better, but he still did not play as well last game. He was, the things that he has done well for us, he wasn't ready to play offensively when he got the ball. He was more standing there. He took some shots that he didn't need to take, and then later in the game he played well. The other guy that I was really happy with late was Devin Booker, because early in the game he was like he was hurt in practice. You know, squinting and jogging and shot blocked, and what are you doing? Then late in the game, he played. He played, he made shots, he got that rebound, a huge rebound. He got an offensive rebound, laid it in, defended well. You know, I told Trey, we went to you late with 15 seconds to go on purpose for you to shoot those free throws. Now, I told him the story. I did that with Tony Barbie as a freshman, playing Penn State in a conference tournament. We had never advanced to the finals in the history of the world. Threw the ball to Tony Barbie in the same play we just ran. He caught it, they fouled him. Tony went bam, bam, game over. He went cling, clang, game on. So now you're like, hey, man, am I going to go to you late in the game? That's what was great about all these experiences for these kids. Because he'll say, I'll never miss it again. Yeah, I may never give you another chance.
John, there was a play where Calipari took like a 15-footer.
I know. I saw it. I kind of screnched like, not now. But we've been working on that. That's one of the things he's added to his game. So I can't now work on it with him and then tell him not to do it. I wish there was a different score in time, but I let it go. But I did the same thing, oh, please. When he shot it, I saw, oh, my gosh, he's shooting it. But the crazy thing is, Andrew told him to shoot it. I think it was Andrew or Tyler. Said, shoot it, because they're for each other. They know he's been working on that.
Do you like that he had that confidence, that he's put in the work and thought, maybe I can make this?
Got to run harder, and same thing with Carl. Carl's start to the game was unbelievable. He sprinted 10 times in that game. 8 of them were in that first 4 minutes. How'd he play? 2 of them were in the rest of the game. Didn't play, started fading, didn't play as aggressive, didn't run as hard. It's all effort and energy. But these guys are young. What we're asking them to do is really hard. They'd rather not do it. They'd rather do their way. Let me jog and stand straight up and shoot a fadeaway. You just can't win playing that way.
John, how do you manage the balance of working on new stuff, adding game to your game, being engaged, with it's not broke, don't fix it?
That's my thing was not it's not broke, don't fix it. It was, did they focus more on what we were trying to teach them individually and got away from the energy that they need to play with? I'm going to talk about it today, but I'm telling them, I'm counting on you to bring energy. I'm still working with you. I'm not backing up. Each individual, by the end of this year, I want you to look at and say, he is a better player. Every one of these guys you look at, he is a better player. And if that happens, then our team has grown. We're doing all the kind of stuff we need to do. But I will say this, we're a defensive team. If we guard like we did last game, or another team can shoot jumpers like they did, we'll be in trouble again.
John, early on you said keeping the clutter at bay would be huge. How do you think the guys are doing? And Andrew took a beating after Louisville, and I've seen some stories since that when South Carolina showed everybody else how to beat Kentucky. How do you think they're handling all of that?
South Carolina did?
I'm sorry, Ole Miss. My bad.
You guys don't even read stuff, say stuff.
My bad.
I don't even, what'd you ask me?
How are they handling the clutter?
They're doing all right. It's hard, though. I mean, the clutter sometimes is like, it's coming from all angles. Coming to break us down. I'll give you an example. There were a lot of teams that had close games last night, like close. And in all cases, Maryland lost and the others could have lost. And they played teams that were like 5 and 9 and could have lost. You didn't see stories on PTI, Around the Horn, First Take, on SportsCenter after their win, like, what's wrong with these guys? You saw a strong survive and all, you know, it's just, we're at Kentucky. It's what it is.
You're watching all these shows?
The strong survives was just something that Joey Palumbo showed me this morning at coffee. Look at this. You imagine this?
Marcus Lee, is it just not his type of game, right, and get him more in the second half?
Marcus Lee is an energy guy. If he starts the game and he's not clapping, bouncing, showing an effervescence that he has, I'm not playing him. And I told him that. There's no reason for him not to go in, clapping, bouncing, blocking, running, flying, dunking. That's who he is. If he's not into that, then I'm not playing him. And he's the greatest kid. It's hard. What I'm asking him to do is hard. What's easier is every 5th play I'll do something that stands out, and the rest of the time I'm going to coast. You don't win at the level we're trying to win playing that way. And he's a great kid.
What's A&M do well? What are they trying to do?
They're great in pick and rolls. They've got players at every position that can score. You know, they're playing a pack line defense, man-to-man. They'll also play a tandem zone like all these teams are now playing us. So they're going to come in with one thought: let's slow these guys down. They'll run offense. They're not, you know, they'll shoot it quick when they get in transition, but they're going to make us play in the half court. They're a good team.
You said after the game that they were throwing parties because you guys nearly got beat, yet they got beat by 21.
Because their best player didn't play. Their leading rebounder and their leading scorer. Jerry, you got to start reading the papers.
I'm watching all those shows.
I don't know what you're doing, but you're not reading the papers. I know that. I don't know what shows you're watching.
A couple more guys.
John, how do you think Andrew bounced back?
He was good, but he's still, you're going to see Andrew in 2 months. He is a 6'6" point guard who can absolutely play. Think about that. That transfers to whatever level you want to go to that's playing okay right now. He's not playing bad. He's playing okay. I want everybody to look at him and say, holy cow, got to play faster, got to have more energy. He's capable of all that. Be more aggressive. Get in the lane. No one's stopping you from flying up and down and getting that lane. Get in there. It's really hard. I'm a little tired. I want to jog it and bully. Can't play that way anymore. Little guys on you, your advantage is getting in that lane. Can't guard you. You can pull up. You can shoot runners. You throw lobs. I think he's as good a point guard as there is in the country. You know, he has up and down games like every other player. Though, he's at Kentucky. He's at Kentucky, which means he went 1 for 8. He stinks. Really? He went 8 for 9. Well, he may stink. Let's see next game. What? I mean, he's a point guard here. It's like being a quarterback here.
That's the person I didn't handle with those.
He's doing great. You got to be a strong-willed, strong soul, and that ain't easy. These kids are 18 and 19 and some 20 years old. I don't deal with them like they're 25. They haven't been through this. It's okay that I get killed. I'm old. I've been killed. You shoot me, it goes through a bazooka hole. I've been shot up. I can take these guys. It's the first time anybody's ever questioned them as a player or as a person or their character. Andrew is one of the greatest kids I've ever coached. One of the greatest kids I've ever coached. And that's why I'm always going to be with him. He's for this team. He wants to get better. This is all new to him. I'm with him. He's my point guard.
You said in October that he cared too much.
At times he does.
And I'm wondering that this might be a bad place for that if people are constantly.
Well, Derrick Rose cared too much. Derrick Rose cared too much, the same way. He could not deal with anything that wasn't perfection. He missed some foul shots, like he was like, stop it, just play. I don't care about that. I just want to see you compete. And he's learning that. Let me say this. He went from last year's body language to by the end of the year's body language to how he is now. But he's not through the roof yet, but he will be.